Good evening, one and all gathered here for an AICTE training and learning ATAL Academy sponsored 6 days online faculty development program on IoT data analysis with practical and exploratory approach. Let us begin this event with a prayer.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Education is the light that guides us. It unlocks the doors to endless possibilities and empowers us to shape a better future. ANJAC has been a forerunner in providing the power of positive thinking, the most valuable endowment and asset for every student for the past 62 years, and has been a leader in educating the minds. Here comes a special video presentation which sings the rhythm and projects the fame of our esteemed institution. Let us watch our college song. A good leader inspires others to dream, believes in their potential, and leads with integrity and vision. A director sir truly personifies the word leader and has shown the right way to the students to achieve greatness through his leadership qualities. Now I request the treasurer of our department, Dr. R. Venkatesh Kumar sir, to deliver the welcome address. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Ayanadar Janemal College, it gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm and cordial welcome to each one of you for this ATAL-sponsored 6-day faculty development program on IoT data analysis with practical and exploratory approach. First and foremost, let me express my heartfelt welcome to our respected Principal, Dr. C. Ashok sir. Welcome you, sir. I also take this opportunity to extend a special welcome to our beloved academic advisor, Professor R. Jagannathan sir. Welcome you, sir. Next, I welcome our coordinator of IKC, Dr. N. Senthil Kumar sir. Welcome you, sir. I feel privileged to greet our distinguished resource person, Mr. S.R. Anil Kumar, Assistant Manager, Business Application, Kingdom of Bahrain. And also, I also extend a hearty welcome to all my fellow faculty participants. This FDP is designed with objective of enriching the knowledge and skills of faculty members in the emerging area of IoT. This 6 days, the participants will gain insights from eminent resource person that will help us to integrate IoT into both teaching and research. This initiative is not just about professional growth, but also about empowering ourselves to guide our students effectively in today's fast changing academic and technological landscape. To all the participants, I encourage you to actively engage, interact, and take full advantage of this opportunity. Finally, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our college management and organizer for their constant encouragement and support in conducting this program. Once again, I welcome you all, and I am confident that this FTP will be a great platform for sharing knowledge, sparking innovation, and inspiring future teaching and research in IoT. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, sir. Great leaders have three things: inner light, inner vision, and inner strength. Our principal sir truly incarnates the word leader through his leadership qualities. Now I request the pride of ANJAC, Dr. C. Ashok sir, our beloved principal of our esteemed institution, to present the presidential address. Welcome, sir.
Very good evening, one and all present here. I am so happy to inaugurate this faculty development program sponsored by ATAL Academy. First of all, I wish to congratulate Dr. R. Venkatesh Kumar and his team from Department of Computer Application for arranging this program. Then I extend my gratitude to Mrs. Agnes Salima and Dr. Alav Kumar for arranging this program for the faculty. My dear participants, this program is called as Faculty Development Program, which is aiming to upskill your capability. Have you ever come across the word upskilling programs? It is a need of the hour. Just you remember, now we have witnessed the evidence of Gen Z effect in Nepal. That is because of the capability of the elder people. As a teacher, we are supposed to enrich ourselves for flourishing ourselves in the field of core discipline. Otherwise, we will be perished. It is the duty of every one of us to improve ourselves and so as to withstand our stands in the education field. I once again thank the Department of MCA for arranging this program. I hope you will all enrich your capability. And I also thank the resource persons, starting from Mr. S.R. Anil Kumar to Dr. S. Karthikeyan, who have immediately accepted our invitation to be a part of this program. I thank over to Dr. Devi Madam. Thank you.
We are very much thankful to our principal sir for his fantabulous speech. Thank you, sir. Academic quality is never an accident. It is always the result of an intelligent effort. Now I invite our academic advisor, Professor R. Jagannathan sir, to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you, madam. Good evening to one and all present here. I join Dr. Venkatesh Kumar in welcoming you all to this ATAL Academy sponsored faculty development program on IoT data analysis with a practical and exploratory approach, organized by the Department of MCA, Ayanadar Janayamal College, Sivagasi. At the outset, I extend my warm greetings to our esteemed resource persons from academia and industry, distinguished invitees, respected colleagues, faculty members, and enthusiastic participants from across the country. I also place on record our sincere gratitude to AICTE and ATAL Academy for their continued commitment to faculty enrichment and capacity building in higher education. I think this is the second time ANJAC is getting funds from ATAL scheme. The theme of this FDP, IoT data analysis, is one of the most vibrant and fast growing domains in today's knowledge economy. The Internet of Things has transformed the way we live, work, and interact with technology, from smart homes and intelligent healthcare systems to precision agriculture and industrial automation. I strongly believe that the distinguished lineup of resource persons from reputed institutions, industries, and global enterprises ensure that the participants gain a balanced understanding of concepts, tools, and real-world applications. ANJAC continuously getting recognitions, top rankings, and status from bodies like UGC, NAC, NARF, PBT, DST, FIST, and this shows that the institution's legacy over 6 decades. Yes, the institution's age is now 62. The Department of Computer Applications, with its patents, research projects, publications, and advanced laboratories, stands as a shining example of academic and research commitment. At this juncture, I sincerely thank the correspondent and also the principal, Dr. Ashok, for their encouragement and vision. I also thank the organizing committee, conveners, coordinators, and the co-coordinator for their meticulous planning and dedication in bringing this FDP to life. I hope that this FDP will lead to innovative practices, new research initiatives, and social impact. My hearty wishes for the success of the program and fruitful learning experience for all the participants. Thank you, one and all. Thank you for the opportunities.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful speech. Quality is not expensive, it is priceless. Now I invite our IQAC coordinator, Dr. N. Senthilkumar sir, to deliver the felicitation address. Welcome, sir.
Most venerable principal of our college, Dr. Shi Ashok, distinguished and learned elder statesman of our college, Professor R. Jagannathan, Director of MCA, Dr. R. Venkatesh Kumar, Program Coordinators, Mr. Alav Kumar and Madam Agnes Salima, and all the faculty colleagues from ANJAC and participants from across the country. It's a pleasure evening for me to be on this online platform on the occasion of this inaugural function of ATAL FDP on IoT. Friends, as our academic director has rightly pointed out, today the we cannot separate the intervention of technology in our day-to-day life. If you go through the pages of history, from the third industrial revolution to the fourth, and somebody is claiming that we are in the fifth revolution. So whether it is fourth or fifth, we cannot separate the influence of the computer science and the information technology from our day-to-day life. Being a biologist, I used to wonder how these machines are interacting with, or collaborating with the human beings. But the days are not far off, and even today we are able to see that the machines are actually already being synchronized with the human beings and many of the living organisms. So the relevance of this program is very much important and significant, and most importantly, it is critical in the sense that today the IoT is ruling the roost, and definitely I hope this program will be a grand success when it roll back on the all the 6 days with the resource persons drawn from different walks of life. I have to thank the organizers and I have to congratulate them for having a conceptually a fantastic topic on IoT and its relevance in today's context. And on behalf of the ANJAC, I wholeheartedly thank the organizers and congratulate the participants for having joined for this program. Thank you for the opportunity. Over to Madam.
Thank you, sir. Uh, we are very much thankful to your excellent speech, sir. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Now I invite Mrs. A. Agnes Salima, Assistant Professor, Department of MCA, to deliver the vote of thanks for the inaugural session.
Happy evening to one and all present here. I am feeling very happy to propose vote of thanks for this special occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's inaugural session a grand success. Next, I would like to thank AICTE ATAL, our college management, and our beloved principal, Dr. C. Ashok sir, for giving the opportunity to conduct this ATAL FDP. Thank you, sir. Then I would like to thank our enthusiastic and passionate academic advisor, Professor R. Jagannathan sir, and coordinator of IPAC, Dr. N. Sindhil Kumar sir, for their continuous encouragements and guidance throughout the entire session. Thank you, sir. Then I would like to thank our dynamic director, Dr. Venkatesh Kumar sir, for their continuous support for conducting this program. Last but not least, I would like to thank the coordinator of ATAL FDP, co-coordinator of ATAL FDP, Mr. S. Alav Kumar sir, and my dear colleagues. Once again, I thank you all for joining with us. Dear participants, all are requested to stay here for session 1. Thank you.
Dear participants, session 1 will be started at 6:30 p.m. So kindly stay online. Please be wait.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Hi. Mm, so shall we start?
Start, sir. Yes. 1 minute, please.
Sure.
Sir, we'll wait for 5 more minutes. The first session will be started at 6:30. Shall
Sure.
we wait, sir?
Sure.
Dear participants, let's move on to session 1. Now I invite Mr. S. Alokkumar sir, Assistant Professor, to deliver the welcome address and chief guest introduction for the session 1. Welcome, sir.
A very good evening to one and all. On behalf of ANJAC and the Department of Computer Application, it is a privilege to deliver the welcome address and introduce the chief guest of the first session of this ATAL FDP. I express my sincere gratitude to invite our chief guest, Mr. S.R. Anil Kumar sir, Assistant Manager, Business Application, Kingdom of Bahrain. Sir has completed his BSc Computer Science at ST Jude College in 2005. Sir has completed his MCA South Trivangur Hindu College, Nagarkoil in 2008 and completed his postgraduate program in AI and Machine Learning at Purdue University in 2022. He has completed certification in AWS Solution Architect, UN SGD for SDMX tool and AN and ML. Sir is currently working as assistant manager at Middle Cables in Kingdom of Bahrain. Sir has 16 years of working experience in various MNCs and in the various domains, namely internet technologies, component technologies, database systems, and IoT. We have an eminent person to handle the session on inception to IoT and interfacing sensor model on today of first session of this FDP. Welcome you, sir. Now I invite Mr. S.R. Anil Kumar sir to handle the session once again. I welcome you also. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Alok.
Thank you, Alok Kumar sir. The fragrance of flowers spread widely in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all directions. Now, I welcome Mr. S.R. Anil Kumar sir to make the session more useful on the topic Inception to IoT and Interfacing Sensor Module. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Saki, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining for this session. For FDP. FDP. Thank you. In our IT, just let me give you a small brief introduction about me. See, as Alok sir said, I'm having more than 15 or 16 years experience in development and multiple platforms. For example, like shop floor automation, development. So multiple areas I was been work and I have expertise on it. Now, see, as an IT guy or IT person, irrespective, Alex has said, like, I completed my MCA, I completed my BSc, or I completed my, master graduation in AI and ML. Irrespective of it, still we are learning, like, whatever the new technology comes in, obviously we have to be upgrade our skills, otherwise we will be out of the market. Yeah. So yeah, as you guys said, like, this is a good initiative from your esteemed college. So you guys can improve yourself. Obviously, I'm not a teacher. Obviously, as I'm a different environment, or I'm from a different domain, but still I'm here to explain or teach you or enlighten you guys, like what we are doing in our IT field, or in our platforms. Yeah. So let's go to the session. Let me share my screen. Basically, I'm having some issue on sharing screen. I don't have this option to share screen. Can someone allow me to share the screen? Okay, I got it. So I'm sharing my screen. Let me know my screen is visible.
Sir, it is visible, but it is in white color. Nothing has come.
Empty screen only visible, sir.
Empty screen, sir.
Is it okay now?
No, sir. Empty screen is there. No presentation. Do you have presentation, sir?
Yes.
Sir, Agnes Salima ma'am will present, sir. No problem.
Okay.
She'll present and carry on. No issues. Ma'am is present.
FDP.
Agnes,
For the
can you share the screen?
presentation.
Sir, we are doing, sir. Wait for
Yep.
1 minute.
Or hold on, let me share my. Let me try it
No,
again.
no problem.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah. Yeah, it is there. Can present
Okay.
in full screen mode? Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the topic which I have to talk is regarding the inception to IoT and interfacing the sensor modules. I give you my brief about like what I did or what I was or what I am. Now let's jump into the session. So let's. I think I believe like most of you guys knows like what is IoT. IoT is nothing but for example, if you have a fan or if you have some devices at home. For example, if you have some uh, micro oven or AC or fan or fridge or any electronic device which can be which induce electricity or which use electricity, which can be converted or controlled through an external application or external program to make it capable of connecting this electronic or electrical devices to be controlled by an external application, we call as IoT. It's in a simple form. Okay. And ask me if you have any doubts or any questions in between. I don't mind. So the session will be more interactive. Yeah. So IoT is nothing but it's a system combination of sensors, embedded controllers, networks, and softwares. I will go in detail with all those things. Applications from personal electronic, which I said, like you have an AC at home, you want to make it as available in the internet, you can use this approach. Yeah. How we will be making it as available in IoT, we will see in the next few slides. Yeah. So introduction is nothing but like IoT, network of connected devices which is communicating via internet. As I said, like you have a separate application which can control your fridge or a washing machine or a AC, which we call as IoT. Okay. So it can be an in everyday or day-to-day life. Examples are like smart home or wearables connected to cars. Nowadays cars are coming with more advanced features. Yeah. So all these features are comes in the IoT level. So what is the goal for this IoT is enabling automation. For example, like I will reach my home by 5 o'clock. By that time, I reach my office by 8 o'clock. By that time, I need to switch on my AC, and my blinds should be up. That means my curtain should be up. All these things you can manage it from your home itself. By reaching by 8 o'clock, the TV will be on, AC will be on, blinds will be up. So all this can be happen through your application by using this IoT modules. Now you can make as I said, you can do the automation. You can monitor this devices, like how your machine is performing. For example, in our basically I'm working in my company is a cable manufacturing company. It's not like our house cables. Like our overhead cables, right? In India, we used to have like the from post to post we have like big wires. or we call as conductors basically. So the big one. So basically, these are the we as Medal Cable produce this aluminum cables, and we sell it across world. For example, even India also we have customers. So yeah, so for this manufacturing unit, we used to manage this, or our shop floor is always like, for example, if you look at it, our shop floor, it always be more than 60 degree or 70 degree temperature, or at least 60 degree temperature. Um, as an IT guy, or as a manager, or an management guy, or a senior manager, or a top management guy cannot directly go and check what is the temperature or what production is going on, right? So for this, you can connect all your machines which are making these wires or conductors or any type of products. You can sit at home or office and monitor this, like what production is going on, or how it is going on, or how much you produced. All this can be monitored through this IoT devices if it is connected. Yeah. Now, you can make out intelligence features. For example, let's say, okay, today I produce 100 metric ton of aluminum rod or aluminum conductors, 100 metric ton. So how can I improve my production? So these kind of things I can do it through IoT. So how we will do it, we'll see in the next slide. So okay, for this IoT, we have like a different evaluations basically. In this evaluation, on 90s, most probably we were using like RFID or machine-to-machine communication. That means we call as M2M communication. It's like one machine, it will connect to the another one. So again, you have to go to the shop floor or the factory, and you have to see what is going on. So it don't have any internet connectivity or anything. So we cannot say it is like fully IoT, but yes, it is an initial version of IoT. Now on 2000s, we have like wireless sensors. It is connected to our networks, and it can do the cloud computing. Yeah. And on 2010, on the evaluation on 2010, we reached like in a smart city or industrial 4.0. Before on 2000s, we used to have like industry 3.0, or even before it was industry 2.0. So don't worry about industry 4.0 or 3.0 or whatever. So it is nothing but how you are organizing your data, or production unit in a better way of capable of computation or digitization your machines, or digitally enabled your machines. Okay. So on to 2020s, from 2020s onwards, AI is also playing a part of it. AI is nothing but like artificial intelligence. So compared to AI plus IoT, they call us AIoT. So it is basically like giving you trigger, or maybe feature analysis, or as I said, like how you can do more production on coming days, or maybe next month. How you can do a forecast based on this AI tools. Okay. Now, what are the key components of IoT? See, these are the main key components of any IoT devices. Any IoT, you go for any IoT devices, these are the key components. So device, that means you have a machine, keep the machine aside. Now, for sensing, for example, as I said, we in our shop floor, we used to have 60 degree or 50 degree temperature at any time. I want to measure how much temperature is in my shop floor. Or normally we used to get this aluminum, liquid aluminum. It will be almost 600 to 700 degree temperature liquid aluminum from our next office or next factory. They used to get the aluminum ore and they purify the aluminum, and we used to get 99.9% purity of aluminum. Yeah, this aluminum they transfer through the crucibles. Okay, crucibles is nothing but it's kind of jug kind of thing or pot kind of thing. They pour the liquid aluminum. See, if it is liquid, you can pour it in any places, right? But it should not melt, obviously. So they put it in a crucible and send to us. So in our factory, what they used to do, they again check the temperature again, how much temperature it is. Otherwise, we have to again do the reheating for this aluminum to make it reaching on a specific temperature. Yeah. For that, obviously, we need to have a sensor, like temperature sensor. Obviously, by using this temperature sensor, if it is not connected to any network or anything, it is just sensing and displaying some figures. Okay, this is the maximum, this is the temperature. For example, if you guys will be getting fever, right? So you go to the hospital and the doctor is keeping your thermometer to check the temperature. It's the doctor will be getting the temperature value, like how much it is. So without connecting to any internet devices or internet modules, you'll not be getting the temperature available in the system. Okay, obviously the device might have the data, but you'll not be getting this data in your in your lab PC or in your server or in your database or in cloud. Yeah. To do that, we used to have this data processing processing component, which is nothing but normally we used to say as microcontrollers. In our office, in our shop floor, we used to have PLCs. PLC is nothing but programmable logical controllers. Okay, PLC. So in this PLCs, basically we used to write what data need to be captured, or how the data need to be captured, or on what we basically write the business logic. In our coding practice, we say like there will be multiple layers, right? Basically, these are the layers for the IoTs. So first is a sensor, second is microcontroller or PLC. In this PLC, we used to write the business logic, on what temperature it has to shoot the the display, or trigger that trigger any alert or warning or whatever. So basically, this microcontrollers is nothing but it is a computer or a mini computer. You can in a normal word, it is a mini computer. Okay, and now we got sensors give us the data. Now microcontroller combines the data. That means compiles the data and put some logic on the same, and got the refined data. Right now, is this enough for IoT? No, we need to connect this data to our network, right? So here we have the connectivity. Either it can be connected through Ethernet, or it can be connected to a Wi-Fi or a Bluetooth or 5G or any transferring media or any protocol you can connect. You can connect to the network. So if this connectivity is done, obviously the data is exposed. Like if the data is available for you through internet or network or Wi-Fi, obviously the data is exposed, right? Through the whatever the data is exposed, you can get the data from using some application. Normally, what we used to do, like we in our office, we used to have a KEP server to collect the data. Okay, so normally some of the devices comes with the data logger. If the data logger is not available, what we used to do, we keep a KEP server. KEP server is nothing but it's a software provided by a company. You can mention like what is the IP for the particular device. Obviously, all the sensors will be connected with an IP. For this, by using this IP, you can mention the port or whatever. So by using that port, you will be able to get the data by using the address, like internal address available. So for each and every address, you can read the data. If time permits, I will show you like what is SCEP server and how you will be able to connect if time permits. Yeah, obviously the data, application is available now. Once the application communicates the data, and you can make the dashboard, and you can make like a AI driven future analysis or whatever, and you can do any kind of automation. Okay, till this, any doubts, any questions?
No, sir. You carry on.
Okay. So again, sensors, what is sensor? It is explained here. This is a form of front end of IoT. We call this IoT, right? That means Internet on Things. Internet on Things. Yeah. So the sensors are nothing but things. That means whatever the small devices, no, the sensors basically. This we call as things. So what the main purpose of this is to collect the data from its surroundings. So by either it can be an heat sensor, it can be an electrical sensor, it can be an any kind of sensor. It can be connected or sense the data. We call as sensors. Yeah. Now, obviously, as I said, like all the sensors will be connected or identifiable by using an unique IP address. Without this IP address, now we are going towards IoT. So obviously, without without IP, you cannot connect your sensors or the devices to the internet. Obviously, you need an unique IP. Yeah. Now, the sensors will be able to give you the real-time data. That means collect the real-time data, or you can do a trigger to get the real-time data. Like either you can either the sensors will be automatically giving you the data if it is like active or not active. Like some sensors will be like once you give a request, it will give you the response. So some sensors will be always active, and you can give concurrently data based on the sensors. And some sensors, obviously user controlled sensors, you can request for the data, and you will get the data based on the from the sensor. So for example, we have the gas sensor, we have water quality sensor, moisture sensor, etc. Since we say moisture sensor, moisture sensor, normally in our data center, in our office, we have the data center. We have like basically two data centers. In one of the data center, mostly like in all the data center, we used to have the moisture sensor or heat sensors. So it is not or flame sensors basically. It comes with the component basically. So why we are using this is like obviously in the data center, we have to keep the temperature below 16 degrees, right? So during as a country like Bahrain, we used to have like high temperature. On the summers, we reach like 45 to 50-degree temperature. On the winters, we reach like 10 to 15-degree temperature. So the extreme high or extreme low. So obviously, we need to sense the server room temperature. If there is any moisture content available on the server room, immediately the alarm has to be triggered, or the SMS has to be shoot out. So all this are configured in this IoT devices, or all this can be configured in the IoT devices. As of now, we are during the summer seasons, we used to get the alarm from our data centers, like the moisture content is more. Obviously, moisture will be more, right? So moisture is more, or if there is any fire or something, immediately the system will be alarming us. So all these things will be happening. Yeah. So this is all about the sensors. Now, these are some of the sensors. So you have like a temperature sensor. These are don't worry about this DHT 11. or DSI. So these are all the type of sensors which are available. These are all not only this, these are all not only temperature, sensors. You have like uh, n number of sensors available in the market. Based on your requirement, you can get the sensors. Yeah. So there are motion sensors available. There are light sensors available. Gas sensors available. Heart rate sensors available. GPS sensors available. Humidity sensors available. So there are like a lot of sensors available. Yeah. Now, processor is nothing but, as we said, like it is a brain. It's like a computer, a CPU. Yeah. uh, Processor means what? Like in our school days we used to learn, right? Like CPU is our brain of the computer. So processor is nothing but IoT. For any IoT system, the processor is the brain. Yeah. So what it will do is, whatever the sensor provided data, it will analyze it and it will extract the data. It will do the do the intelligence, or whatever the business rules, whatever we said for this processor, it will execute for that. And you can mention whether you want to do it an encryption or decryption before you transfer the data. You can do that purpose also. And and obviously you will be getting the raw data. Based on the raw data, you can extract the data from the sensors. Whatever the sensors providing data, you can extract it. And even one more thing, as I said, like user controlled sensors available, right? This user control sensors also you can mention in the processor. So how you are going to get the data from the sensors? You want to make it like one sensor can be an input for the other sensor also. In our shop factory or shop floor, we used to have it like one sensor will be giving an input for the sensor for the other one. For example, if the temperature is reaching this much limit, so okay, trigger another one sensor to activate the other operations. Yeah. For example, let's say, okay, we have like one, as I said, like we are getting the molten metal in the crucible. So in between, this crucible will comes and pour the metal in our shop floor. They cannot directly pour somewhere, right? So we used to have like a holding furnace and tilting furnace. We call as holding furnace and tilting furnace. So holding furnace, whatever the crucible liquid metal comes in from the nearby office, we pour it in our holding furnace. From the holding furnace, based on the availability of the tilting furnace, we used to pour in the tilting furnace. So from the tilting furnace, the liquid metal will fall on the corresponding machine, and it makes rods. Yeah. So these kind of functions you can, as I said, you may correlate with the term which I mentioned. Like see, one sensor can give an input to another sensor. Yeah. So all the sensors as a combined form, you can bring it in a processor. All from this processor, you can extract the data. Now go to the slides. As I said, the processors are the brain of IoT. Their main function is to process the data and capture the captured by the sensor, and process them to extract the valuable data from enormous data of raw data collected. So, as I said, like in the day, sensors will give you like a lot of data. Whatever the data you want, you collect, you fetch it and process it. Yeah. And a processor mostly work on a real-time basis, can be easily controllable by application, and these are also responsible for securing the data by using encryption. It can be the processor, you can enable like any kind of encryption or decryption methods, so you can enable it. Yeah. So this is for the gateway. Gateways are nothing but how we are connecting our now sensor gives you the data to the processor. From processor, they process the data. Now you want to transfer the data to your application, or to another application, right? Or through an external party. Now, for that, you need a gateway or communication media or a network. So this is nothing but a network. Gateways are responsible for routing the processed data sent to the proper location for its data proper utilization. For example, this can be populated the data, the processor, that means microcontrollers or the processors can provide the data in different formats. Like for example, some nowadays now the processors are enabled by web APIs. You can get the API, get the data through APIs. They are providing you the API. You just call the API, you'll get the data. Or you can go to the address for each and every the data stored in the processor will be stored in an address, which I will show you in the session on the last. So by using this address, you can fetch the data or read the data for the application. Okay. So in other ways, we can say that gateways helps in and out communication, how the data is going in and out, or communicating the data between from the processor to the application or application to the processor, how the data is transferring, which can be controlled by the gateways. So the gateways are nothing but it can be an Wi-Fi, or it can be an Ethernet. It can be a LAN cable, that means LAN network or WAN network or DMC or any kind of network, you can use it. Now, obviously, there are some security concerns on connecting the data to the cloud or exposing the data, machine data. Basically, you're exposing the machine data, right? So, for example, in our factory, I will give you a real example. In our factory, obviously the metal is poured on the machine, and the machine is running on, let's assume 50 kilometer per hour. Okay. Now, if something happened and got an attack on this machine, and some some third party or middleman is changing this 50 to 100, what will happen? The person who is working in the factory, he don't know what's happening, right? So the machine will start running much faster, like a double or triple the speed. Obviously, what will happen? Obviously the produced goods or the production will be faster, but the quality of first thing, quality will not be there. Second, safety. That means, like for example, I want to pour 1 liter per hour. Instead of that, I want to I'm pouring like a 10 liter per hour. So it will be flooded, right? The liquid metal, let's assume like a 600-degree temperature metal, you are pouring it in some place as a flood. What will happen? Like people's life will be on threatening, right? So these are the main identified issues or security risk which we found on the gateways or during connecting to the IoT devices to external cloud. So I'm not saying that don't go for IoT. IoT is good, but obviously you have to maintain proper secure firewalls or antiviruses, malwares, firewalls, whatever the possible things, you have to keep it. So you have to secure your network, and then you can go for the IoT. Okay. Now, application is the last end or the other end of IoT. As I said, whatever the data we got from the sensor, it is processed by the processor, and through the gateway or the network, the data is processed and it is transferring. And in our application, whatever the data which we are getting, we are processing it, or again we are refining it and displaying it in a dashboard, or maybe for feature analysis or further analysis, or for any other application, or maybe for other reporting, or any, for example, I want to see like how much is my production for today. So how did I see? I had to blindly believe on the factory people writing in the paper, like, okay, I did it only 100 metric ton today. but maybe in the actual it might be 150 or 110. So how I will identify this 10 where it went. So if you are having this proper IoT setup in the factory or in the environment, you will be getting the proper data for your analysis, and proper reporting will be available. Yeah. So there are, applications can be in on premises, that means on your office, or it can be in the cloud. So obviously the data is exposed through your network. This network data, this network can be, as I said on my last slide, it can be on the DMZ. So it can be on the DMZ means like the data will be available in the cloud or exposed to outside. So through this exposed data, so either you can create it as a cloud application, or it can be an in-house application. Yeah. So yeah. And as I said again, these are the IoT architecture. So perception layer, that means sensors. Then we have the edge or processing layer, that means it has the microcontrollers or gateways. Then we have the network layer for the communication protocol. Then we have the application layer for user interaction and cloud services. Yeah. Now, interfacing sensor modules. So normally, in the for you, like as a college student, or maybe as a school graduate or a college graduate, can use Arduino or Raspberry Pi, which is available in the market. You can easily buy it, but we don't recommend to do it in our normal factory, or maybe as a factory purpose or a commercial purpose. We may not use this Raspberry Pi or Andrio or any of the freely available microcontrollers, because obviously as I said, like the flexibility or the usability of the microcontrollers can be compromised at any point of time. So what we used is like we have PLC, that means programmable logical controllers. So these are the available microcontrollers, or there might be more microcontrollers. For each microcontrollers there will be an input, then there will be an output, then there will be a sensor. Honestly, I don't have any images for the microcontrollers. Otherwise, I could have shown you. So all microcontrollers will be having input, input ports, output ports, sensors connectable ports. Then obviously the processing unit will be also built in on the microcontrollers. These microcontrollers, obviously, if you are trying with the Raspberry Pi or Arduino, you will be having an option to code the processor. You can you can type your code on the microprocessor or the microcontroller, and obviously after your use, maybe it is not working, so you can rub it, or you can erase it, and you can write a new code on top of it. So this kind of flexibility available on Raspberry Pi or Arduino microcontrollers. If you want, you can try it. And these Raspberry Pi or on Arduino normally used on the small scale platforms. For example, if I want to automate or do the same process of IoT process in my home, as I said, or maybe in my office, I want to see, okay, my office should be like by reaching 8 o'clock, my TV should be on and AC should be on. So all the small kind of purposes, you can use this kind of microcontrollers. Otherwise, you have to go for like Siemens PLCs. Siemens is providing a good PLCs, so you can go for it, or some other PLC. Or PLC is nothing but, as the name says, programmable logical controller. You can go for it. Yeah. And there are like digital sensors. Obviously, the sensors will be like will be providing you the data like in a digital format or analog format, and communication will be normally on RS-232 or RS-485. Okay, so we'll see this in the later slides. Now, what are the benefits of IoT? we have like basically all these things I already explained to you, but still it can it can increase your efficiency of your factory or your environment. For example, once I reach my home, I the door should be unlocked, or no one will do that, but still an example, my door should be on unlocked, and my AC should be on, or my washing machine should be started, or whatever. So you can use this so it will increase your efficiency. So it's kind of like a robotic you are implementing. So you are physically, for example, let's say if I go to my office and switch on my AC and TV, hardly at least minimum 5 to 10 minutes it will take to reach the temperature normal, right? So from my home, if it is possible through this IoT devices connected to the AC, it will be much easier. Like I just need to on it from my home, and once I reach home, reach office, it will be the temperature is well set. So it will increase your efficiency, right? So the time you will be reduced, or obviously the by this 5 or 10 minutes time, you can at least reply for your couple of emails, or you can at least read your emails. Yeah. So it can increase your efficiency and reduce errors. That means nothing but human errors can be avoided if we are having any sensor or IoT device, IoT platform, if it is available. So for example, uh, in the factory, instead of turning off, maybe the person is by mistakenly switching it instead of off, he is turning it on, or maybe increase the speed. So these kind of errors can be automatically rectified because we are already putting it in IoT, so it can be avoided. And predictive maintenance you can mention, like see when last time when this machine is stopped, or maybe stop production. For example, let's say the temperature goes up, and humidity causing this issue, or maybe some other device got failed, or some drives got failed, or some other sensor got failed. So these kind of analysis you can do it through the IoT, and it can give you the predictive maintenance, when you have to do the maintenance, on what time, or based on your the previous experience, you can do the predictive maintenance on the machines. Yeah. And it can improve the safety. For example, like instead of directly going and touch 600-degree temperature, if the sensor is there, obviously the safety is increased, right? So this kind of safety, this is just an example I said. So obviously the safety will be also increased, and obviously the cost will be reduced. For example, it will minimize the error. So how much minimum error you are getting, the cost for your product, or the the production will be getting more profited, right? So it will reduce the cost, and you will get more profit. So the maximum minimize the error, you'll get more profit. Yeah. Any doubts, any questions on this? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. So now again, one more thing I missed to tell. See, now we have like IoT. Now we are talking about IoT, right? That is Internet on Things. Now we have one more for industrial, applications or sensors or IoTs. We used to call as IIoT. That means industrial IoTs. Yeah. So IoT is different. Industrial IoT is little bit different, because you need a highly reliable solutions, right? So instead of using like any home use product, obviously even in your PC, if you look at it, it's a home edition PC. Instead of that, if you go for like any IT environment or an development environment or an IT companies or wherever, they used to have like not the professional or the home use Windows or operating system. Yeah, they will have their own like high end more um, featured operating systems available for the market. That means for your home use, obviously you can use the small kind of IoTs. For example, as we said just before, Raspberry Pi or Arduino or whatever the small kind of IoTs you can use. But for the factory purposes, you cannot use those devices. That's the purpose. That's the only purpose which I said, like IoT, and there is IIoT also available. So if tomorrow if someone asks like what is IIoT, so you have to say like it is industrial IoTs. Okay. Now, challenges of IoT, obviously, as I said, like security or privacy of the data. Obviously, for example, security again, it is a very vast subject. Still, for example, whatever the production I'm doing in my factory, if it reaches to my competitor, it will be obviously an disaster, right? So obviously, you have to consider all these security aspects and privacy aspects when you are implementing the IoT. Even at your home, if you are using any like IoT devices, obviously you have to keep in mind you are exposing your devices on the internet. You should be a little bit careful about the security and privacy. Yeah, and data management and scalability. Obviously, the data will be what we used to do is like whatever the data captured from the sensors, it will be processed, and through the application, we are storing those data in the databases. Obviously, on over the period of time, the data will be much huger. So you should have an option to have an recycling of data or unwanted data. You need to clear it. So scalability, obviously, after 1 year, now we are on 1 TB data. Maybe after 1 year, it will be like 10 TB. So obviously, you have to like clear off whatever the unwanted data. Yeah. And standardization of protocols. Obviously, the protocols has to be standardized for security purposes. Yeah. Now, feature of IoT, obviously, AI powered analytics. It is available now. Obviously, it will be more. You will be having like more AI powered analytics will be available from the IoT devices. And digital twins is nothing but you can create one product as a clone of the other. So that is also possible. Like as a clone, you are producing one. It's like a 3D model kind of thing. So you can use it, and you can use it as a smart healthcare or agriculture or cities. Obviously, in the smart cities they are using the same concept, IoT concept. They are using in smart cities. Obviously, on the near future, normally on the cities or maybe on the main areas, they might implement this IoT modules. Like for example, when the sun set, immediately the lights has to be on, or maybe the traffic cameras that you can manage through IoTs. So all these devices can be connected through the IoTs or managed through the IoTs. And obviously, like you can connect through the 5Gs or 6Gs, which is coming up. Yeah. And conclusion, IoT is transforming industry and daily life. Sensors are the backbones of IoT, as I said before. Interfacing sensor modules with microcontrollers enables endless applications. Future that is smarter to connect the world. Yeah, and basically this is one of the sample form of IoT for the smart home. So either you can mention as motion detection, keyless entry, then temperature control, alarm control, energy management, smartphone alert, lighting control, control your application. For example, like as I said, fridge or washing machine or whatever the devices which you want to control, you can control it here. So all this can be managed through the IoT devices. Okay. So yeah, now let me show you an example which we have in our real environment in our factory. So as I said, like a PLC is nothing but programmable logical controller. So PLC energy consumption monitoring, which we are using for each and every machines. For example, we used to have like different monitoring controllers which we already placed in our shop factory. We have like 5 lines, we call as lines for the casting. Okay, so for the casting of aluminum, we have like aluminum rods. Basically that is our initial product, then it will goes for wire, then it will go for the conductor. So these are the main products of our factory. So from this factory, for each line, how much how much energy is consumed for each line or for each machine. So how we will be monitoring? Obviously, from the electricity, you'll be getting only one line or maybe a three-phase line. So you'll be connecting to your transformer or the to the machine. How will connect? How will get the data? You'll not get the data, right? So for that purpose, we enabled the IoT device for the site. So let me show you how. So so the first one, you have this one. Then we have the monitor for the monitoring how much consumption it is. Then here we have the data collector and the network network device. Like it will be connected to our Ethernet cable, and we will be able to pull the data. Yeah. So basically here they have like some input and there is some output wires. So through the input, they will be getting like how much consumption is happening, and through the output, obviously the data will be coming to the data logger, and from the data logger they will be communicating to the through the application. Yeah. So this is one of the PLC which we already have, and this is the data which we already built, or from the for example, as I said, like we have like 5 lines. This is for the line 3. What is the energy consumption? We have the dashboard here. Like we built this data dashboard using Power BI. Obviously, Power BI, everyone might know. Power BI is a Microsoft dashboard builder. So you can make your own nice dashboard, whatever the data which you are getting from the IoT devices. Yeah. So basically, this is one of the dashboard which we have already built for the PLC. Okay. Now we already have another one more as solar energy monitoring, generation monitoring. So how we in our factory or in our office we have solar panels built in or implemented. From this solar panel, how you are how much you are generating the power per day or per month or per year, how much you are getting the power from this or power generation from the solar. We are already having this. So this is this is one of the data logger which we already have. We are using some RS 382 sorry 384 some some yeah, we are using sorry some kind of so from this data logger, we are pulling the data through the network. You can see this Ethernet cable, all these things are connected from this, and there are like 2 cables are going inside, right? So these are the inline for the data logger. From here, we are getting the data through the Ethernet port for our purpose. From this, we are we are filtering the data or generating the data. You can see the real-time data, which I took honestly today. Okay, real-time data of power generation on kilowatt. Today's generation is this. This is current. The time which I take this screenshot. This is the today's generation data, and for this current month, how much kilowatt whatever we produce through the solar, solar, and till date, how much generation we have. This is this, and obviously you will see from 5:30, let's assume, the power generation starts and it's going to a curve. You see, at we have till the data is 1 o'clock. So till 1 we have this data. Yeah. So obviously, like it if you see in the evening, it will be like a curve from up to down. So obviously depends on the sun. The power generation will be shown here, and obviously how much barrel of oil you save, and what is the carbon footprint you saved by using this by using solar panels. So all this stuff, how much tree saved by using this total generation, how much household power can be saved. All these things are here, and obviously we have like a fabrication shed, packing shed, and BWP. Like through basically we have like a three places we kept the the solar panels. So all this the generation statistics it is showing here, and here you can see the monthly data for September, from 1st of September till date, how much is the generation. It is here. Yeah. And yeah, if you have any questions on this, please raise it. And as I said, like I want to show you something. 1 second. I want to show you the KEP server. As I said, what is KEP server? Let me show you how we are getting the data from the from the data loggers. Let me show you. Oops. Hold on. Sorry. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, this is our KEP server. This is one of the server which we have. So let me open the KEP server. Yep, fine. So as you see, this fabrication shed, or packing shed or whatever. So all the solar inverters are connected here. You see, and for the transformers, here you have this transformer. See line 3, as I showed you one of the example, right? For the line 3. So for the line 3, we already added the data, address. So basically, these are the address which are available for each and every item. Or as I said, like the processor will process the data and put it in on each, and processor will put the data and put it on each and every address. Now it's our time how we can pull the data, or which are the address which is providing the data. Yeah. So normally for each and every PLC or the the IoT connectors will provide you the address on which address the data will be stored. So obviously for VAR, PF average, current, frequency, or whatever, you'll be able to find it on the separate addresses. Yeah. So this address book addresses, don't worry about it. So obviously, once you connect to the IoT or the sensor, immediately you'll be getting all this address details, so you can get the data. Let me show you how the data is flowing now. So, for example, on line 3, you see, there is no connection. For example, here. Okay. So normally we will get these values here, like the current values. So there is something wrong on this bad service. So you can, the harmony is not providing the proper data, and here you are getting not getting the proper data. So let me check for other. See, the values are moving, right? So the frequency, harmony, all the values will be automatically updating. So on what frequency, by using this KEP server, this is basically a KEP server as a separate, you can read this KEP server. So it is a third-party tool which we use to, get the data from the data loggers and process for our applications. Yeah. So now let me show you how we are in this itself. Like we have the data sync, for example, data logger. We have the data sync, for example. Here we will mention like what is the database connection and what is the data mapping. See, this is the database table which we already created, and these are the database database fields, and what are the types of data, and what is the trigger. So here we mentioned like every 1 minute the data need to be pushed to the database. So this is how we are monitoring or managing the data. So once the data comes into our database, see, from the sensor, it is processing the data. The process from the sensor, the data is processed by the processor, and the data is transferred through the network, and you are getting the data in your database. Obviously, once you get the data from in your database, you can do anything, right? So you can do the predictive analysis or future analysis or any as a reporting purpose. At least you can do anything. So this is the way which we are connecting the IoT devices in our environment. Any questions?
Dear participants, you can ask questions, unmute your mic and ask queries, or else you can post questions in chat box. Sir, faculties and research scholars from various institutions, various states all over the India, they have joined here for our FDP. So we are grateful to them. And participants, now you can ask questions. Sir, it is really a wonderful session, and it is an eye-opener session for IoT.
Thank you. Thank you.
Participants, we are expecting queries.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
So this was a very good illustration. You explained in very simplified manner. I just want to understand IoT device in hazardous situations, how devices survive there. Humans cannot survive, but what material is used for the devices so the devices do not get damaged?
Basically, all depends on the sensors. As I said, like in the industrial environment, we have like different sensors, and like a high-end sensors and a high-end PLCs available. By using that, all this data is getting captured. Otherwise, it will, as you said, it will never be achievable.
Thank you, sir.
But IoTs in a normal sense for the house, or maybe for a shop, or for a college, or for a school, for a normal purpose, yes. Even in our office, once you get into your office, automatically the lights will be on. Maybe in your pantry area, once you open the door, the lights will be on. So these kind of small things, yes, the normal Raspberry Pi or Arduino or whatever the small IoT modules, you can use it. But for the factory purpose, no, it is not. So that's the reason why they called us IoT. That means industrial IoT concept comes in.
Okay, thank you, sir. One more question with your permission. Are they designed for reverse compatibility? For example, I can't use my AC when net is not working, smart AC. If internet is down, or washing machine also programming fails when. So, do they plan for reverse compatibility, or it is very costly proposition? I'm just asking.
See, IoT is see, you obviously nowadays the ACs comes with the IoT adaptability, or even the washing machine comes with the IoT adaptability. For example, if your AC is not working, then
So my question is, earlier I used to press button and I can manually operate it. Now I cannot manually operate it without my remote.
Not sure, but maybe you can try with a different IoT, like as a separate IoT device to be connected. Maybe that your washing machine or the AC might not be cater enough to the IoT platform which already have, or maybe you have to consider the service center. I'm not sure. Obviously, as a third or second option, you can try with a external IoT device to perform this activity.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah. Any other question?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, is there an Indian-made PLC so that our students and researchers can work on that and work on device so our country become an Atmanirbhar Bharat?
No, Pranav, basically for our PLCs, normally we got it from, what's this guys? From the the high-end PLCs which we buy, and again, obviously, we as you know, like I'm from IT field, and these PLCs and all these things are managed and maintained by in our factory, managed and maintained by our electrical and maintenance team basically. So I don't have much knowledge on it, but they are using, as per my understanding, Siemens PLCs they are using. Siemens PLCs they are using.
Okay, sir. Understood, sir. Actually, so whatever program we will do right now in our lab, our students and my daughter also doing the activity on Arduino. So Arduino is actually not Indian made. So I need such a microcontroller and device so that our students and our scholars can do this program, and that can be utilized for our industrial growth of our country, sir.
Correct. Well, see, basically, the Siemens PLCs are nothing. It's more or less similar to your Arduino, but Siemens. Sorry, one more thing I forgot. See, if you go for Arduino or Raspberry Pi or any other open source, PLCs or the processors, what is the merit? Maybe you can say merit or demerit. The only thing is like it is open for all. Like you can do any input, you can do any output. Yeah. For a study purpose or a small scale industries or small scale purposes, you can use it. But for if you go for like any high end PLCs, they will never allow you to write any data. Like you cannot write. Only like a read data is available.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Now our students are using Raspberry Pi and Arduino. Raspberry Pi and some students are using Arduino and Nano. So they are using on it.
Okay.
But
so
still,
yeah, even
I am searching for Indian products so that we become more self-independent from other. You should not depend on other countries for that purpose, actually.
Okay, honestly, I'm not sure about any Indian product. If I came, if something comes in my mind, I will definitely let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful session. Now I invite Mrs. S. Jebanyani Ruby, ma'am, to propose vote of thanks for the first session. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
On behalf of the Department of Computer Application and my own behalf, it's my immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on this special occasion. I wholeheartedly thank our college management and our board principal, Dr. C. Ashok sir, for giving this opportunity to conduct this ATAL FDP. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our eminent speaker, Mr. S.R. Anil Kumar, Assistant Manager, Business Applications, Kingdom of Bahrain, for making excellent presentation and making this session interesting and meaningful. Thank you, sir. Then I would like to thank our dynamic director, Dr. R. Venkatesh Kumar, sir, for his continuous support and guidance for conducting this program. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all the participants for your active participation. Once again, I thank you all. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to session 2. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Mrs. A. Agnes Salima, ma'am, Assistant Professor, to welcome and introduce our resource person for the session 2. Welcome,
Pleasant evening to one and all present here. It's my great pleasure to welcome and introduce our today's resource person, Mr. G. Saravana Kumar, Associate Consultant, TCS, Netherlands. Let me share our chief guest knowledge gaining process with you. Saravana Kumar sir completed his BSc CS and IT degree at Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai. Then sir finished his MC degree at Karunya University, Coimbatore. Sir is serving the young community for the past 15 years. He worked as a system engineer, CITRIC at Bangalore from 2011 to 2016. Then he is worked as a subject matter expert, AWS, Windows and Citrix in Sydney from 2016 to 2020. Then acted as a technical lead. Now sir is working as an associate consultant, TCS, Netherlands. As our chief guest has a very high leadership quality, he decorated lots of positions such as configure and manage cyber or components, onboard privilege accounts, identity management, implement dynamic privilege access and enhance security. He has completed the certifications in AWS Certified Security, AWS Certified Solution Architect, ITIL 2011 Foundation and certificate in IT Service Management, etc. SAC is recognized as exemplary performance from TCS for his outstanding performance, recognized 3 times as an implementation champion by customers for inclusion in their newsletters, received on-the-spot awards for successful migrations and for delivering effective solutions during major outages, and received the Star of the Quarter award for consistently achieving the milestone of implementing DMARC for 1,200 domains. Today we have such an eminent person to handle the session on data security frameworks for IoT for the second session of this ATAL FDP. Sir, it's my great pleasure to once again register my warm welcome and a heartfelt thanks for joining hands with us to enlighten today's fabulous occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Mr. G. Saravana Kumar sir to make the session more beneficial on the topic data security frameworks for IoT. Welcome, sir.
Thanks, madam. Thank you all. Thanks for giving a overview about myself. Thanks for letting me share my screen. I hope you all can able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Once again, thank you all. Thanks for inviting me. As mentioned, I completed 2018 in ANJAC. I'm alumni of ANJAC, and after that, I completed my post-graduation in Coimbatore Karunya University. And currently, I'm pursuing my post-graduation in cybersecurity in overseas universities. In addition to that, I'm working in TCS. Okay. And following with that, thank you all for inviting me here. because this is my first giving a presentation to all the educators. So previously I usually give to the students, but this is the very first time. Thanks a lot for giving such a honor and opportunities for me. Okay, and coming to the agenda. So IoT things, it's like whatever you connect with the internet, it comes into an IoT. So here more we are going to talk about the IT infrastructure, like in previous session more about the PCL and other components, but on top of it, in how in infrastructure, like many users, many computers or service to service or machine learning, all it's using internet. So how we are internet, we are protecting it, how we are securing the users' data privacy informations, and how we are storing all the information securely, how we are retrieving the data. So all we are going to discuss. So in IoT, what is the security challenge? So in previously we talked more about the sensor. So I thought of starting with the real use case which happened sometime back in US. It's one of the big reputed supermarket having a big warehouse. That means from that warehouse they dispatch all fresh vegetables, fruits, and other groceries to all their supply chain or other supermarket stores in the cities. So they're well and good to go with the IoT. So they kept security monitor screens and everything. But in addition to that, they put a gate, sensored gate. So if anyone wants to come in or come outside, they have to get the pass, and that pass should be shown, and gate will be open. So morning around 3:30, and the sensor is hacked completely. So inside the building, like inside the warehouse, the goods has been already updated, like they complete, it's packed with the vegetables, fruits, milks, and everything. But many trucks are waiting to move out, but they can't able to come out. It's because the sensor hacked. It's around 2 to 3 years because the gate is fully, though it's a virtual sensor, but it's hacked. It's because the patch was not upgraded, the firmware is outdated. There's a key takeaway. And on top of that, it took around 2 to 3 years because when we are building a secure infrastructure, to de-harden the infrastructure also take more time. So it took like 2 to 3 years to completely recover the infrastructure. Then the truck started coming out. So the 3 years delay, it means like the morning, the milk packets for the several stores that will be delayed, and the vegetables, fresh groceries, all it will be delayed. So the complete mass outage and completely coming in the public media and everything is just because of one gate sensor. So how we are going to, because it's a physical, so the gate, it will be in the outside. So the physically how it is exposed, how we are securing such communications. And previously only what inside the infrastructure, like might be the servers or computers, we protected everything. But now not only the inside devices, whatever connecting to the internet, we have to protect. So right now the devices count is more billion. It's going like that. So how we are going to, how we currently we are protecting. So right now I'm working as a customer who is having around 60, they are operating their business in 60 countries. Even I've been deployed their security solution in multiple countries. That's why I think I travel between Sydney, Malaysia, Singapore, and here in Netherlands, Belgium, German. I usually go and deploy. So how we are doing, and this time it's not only about the IoT things and how it's we are doing it in the privileged access. That means, for example, if it is a Flipkart, it is a portal, so anybody can hack it because it's in a public. And how we are protecting it, and even the developer or the one of the team member, they can have the access, how they can get into that website and can bring it down. In case if that employer ID compromised, the user or username or password or MFA, OTP, in case if it is compromised, how we can secure the such big websites. So what are all the security layer we are enabling for such things? Because the user might be in the work from home, or they may connect it from the airport or public coffee shop, internet, how we are protecting such requests from that user, the connectivity or the data transfer. So previously we trusted the domain. So trusting domain between one computer network to other computer, one network to other network. We do VPC peering, virtual private network trust. So domain trust, user group trust, AD trust. So we do more trust. But nowadays, in future, there will be never trust, only verify. So anybody can come, but with a proper identity and authentication. So we verify that that request comes from the genuine or legitimate resource, and it's verified successfully, and then it allows. And not only the entry point, that means not only the first request, each request we do the verify. So for example, even in I want to highlight with some movies. So even though if it is a CEO of the company, so they are entering into the building. Initially, they do the fingerprint in the gate, but still, when the person access the vault or connecting the server or anything, again the person has to re-authenticate with the fingerprint or iris or face identity. So they do like that. That's what each step we have to verify before getting into the treasure. That means like the password or servers or the sensor, whatever it is. So every request should be authenticated, and the granular level we have to authenticate. That means like in case of, for example, in a company, if the person is a team developer, that developer may operate in databases, and that same developer can do on the application build, and the same developer can do the printing machines. That means do the printing for his code or anything. So here that person is doing 3 activities. So previously, how usually the provision and access, that person will give an access to his ID directly, but now it's not like that. It's a least privilege. For him, it will be 3 delegated access will be given. So one access he can do only the printing activity. One access he can do only the database related activity. One access he can do only the web development code or activity from his laptop or from mobile or any other devices. So we are splitting or creating multiple role for that user. Why we are doing it like that? In case if one role is compromised, that through that role they can do only that certain activities, not the complete activities. So in that way we are splitting the role, and on very granular level we are giving an access. So in future, zero trust and no standing privilege, it will be the future of IT. That's what everyone call in security. We will discuss it further. Yeah. Okay. As I mentioned, it's an identity. So identity is a foundation layer. That means like it's as I mentioned, no trust needs to be enabled, but we need to prove that we have an authorized person. So when I'm highlighting about the example, like identity is just like my Aadhaar card or passport or my driving license, that's my identity. So with that, what I can do, that is authorization. So identity access management. So based on that authorization, the access will be given. So if I have a Aadhaar card, I can't travel outside, but if I have a passport, I can travel. And with that passport is my identity, then what is authorization? So it's a visa. So that visa, if I have a valid visa, so that I can go. That means like even one visa, I can't travel the entire world. It's like for what purpose they are giving, only that I can do. For example, if I give a visa to my Singapore travel, then only I can go to Singapore. That means that is the authorization. So it's a granular level authorization. That visa specific for so to my so and so dates, and I can do the certain activities, and I can visit certain places or the cities. So like that on granular level, and on top of my identity, they are authorizing me, and each time they do the verification. That's why even again I'm going to the same example. If you travel overseas, they always suggest to go with your ID proof like passport. So in case if we get into anywhere, we have to show that our identity. So the same way it applies to our real IT world or in IoT things. So like a machine-to-machine communication from one IoT to devices to the server for sending the data or fetching the data, each request should be proved or identity level. It should verify, then it should retrieve the data. and mutual authentication. That means like again, each time if I verify, it will be time taking one, but all should happen in quickly. So how it will be happen? There are multiple protocols like MTLS and single sign-on, SAML, OAuth. So like that, multiple protocols are available, and each protocol different products also available in the market. It's like a single sign-on. That means once you verify, it will create a caching based on the security. Things like another 10 minutes no need to verify again, or another 6 hours or 2 hours, something like that. So there are many mutual authentication available in the market. So we can go further. So that authentication, each authentication comes with the expiry date and time. And beyond human, so previously all human related access, now all once IoT comes into the internet, like the connectivity or communication happen between machine to machine or service to service. So how the managing the identity of machine and keeping the compliance perspective, like again to rotate the password or manage the password, or rotate the role or manage the role. So all how we are doing it, who is doing that, how they are doing it, all it's another layer of security. So for that it comes separately. So might be in the coming slides I briefed clearly, maybe we will discuss about it. So as I mentioned, for each IoT, the identity is a very important thing. That's our central pillar of each connectivity or communication to other devices. So the core principle, so it's like a zero standing privileges. That means if the person wants, if the device wants to retrieve any data, it need a verification. So after verification, what authorization the device need it on the target server. For example, as previous session they mentioned, like is getting the application data from the databases to show it in the dashboard. So what data it should retrieve. So what privilege while retrieving it needed. So read permission needed, and which table it needed, which database is needed, how long it's needed. But on top of it, while getting it, what privileges or access it needed. So previously how it configured it, like that request comes out, for example, user 1 or sensor 1, if it reaches the databases, you'll create sensor 1 having a read-only access. It's predefined. So anytime the sensor 1, they can authenticate and they can get it. But the problem is if that sensor 1 is compromised, the sensor 1 is having an authentic read-only access on the databases. So if it is compromised, with that privilege, anybody can retrieve the informations if it is verified. So what it's adding it, after verifications, it's going for the authorization. That also it comes within 2 or 3 places. That means sensor 2 will be the sensor 2 will be the manager of that sensor 1. So it will initiate a request like I'm going to retrieve the data from the table or databases. Then the sensor 2 will give a approval. All it will happen on over the internet, and we can't see that. All it will happen in a fraction of second. And while giving it, it will show like you do the retrieve the data just for 5 seconds, just for 30 seconds. Even recently today's log I noticed like 0.00025 seconds it's approved. So it's working on like that. To retrieve such data, it needs that much authorization, and only that privilege is needed. So that means that read and access, it will be created at the time of approval, and once the data is retrieved, the created privileges, it will be deleted. Then again, if the same sensor 1 authorization is compromised, it can't retrieve the data because again it's just a sensor 1. It doesn't have any privilege on target databases or tables or anything. So here 2 things. On target, we are not going to keep the ready-made like the read access all the time, and even for retrieving the data, it go for the approval, and it's once it's approved with a certain duration, that access will be provisioned. So that's what we tell, like just-in-time access. And again, this one I can give a real-time example. I think after COVID, it was in many corporate companies keep compromised with the ransomware. So if they are once the malicious injected into any machines, they started stealing information for 2 terabytes to 25 or 30 terabytes. So all it's happened because no just-in-time access. That means once the compromised access, once any access is compromised, it's continually they are getting the data. So to stopping that, the team keep blocking the IP address of source devices where the request is originating, but still it's happening because they are having the valid access. So for that, the just-in-time access, that access will be provisioned when it needed, and it comes with the expiry date. Then third one, least privilege, which I mentioned previously mentioned, it's a delegated the granular level access, and okay, later. Okay. The next one is policy-based request. So what it's happen is whenever the sensor one is requesting a to retrieve the data from the table for to the sensor 2, how it works, it's based on the policy. So the the cyber security professionals can create the action. So if it comes like that, you do that approval, you approve only for certain functions like so and so condition it should met, so that you can provision and access. In case if that not met, don't provision any access. So all it goes with the policy. So previously, in the olden era, it's not like that. It's IP based, or subnet based, or VPC based. We do the waitlist. Now it's not like that. It's a request based and the rule based actions. And if normal credential, then I mean, temporarily the read access will be created on the target place, so that access will be binded with the sensor one. The sensor one will go with that access, and that access will, once it's met, then it will be deleted. The third is like a session isolation. That means during this transfer, it will be completely isolated request and response. That means it not the same traffic. It will not go with other traffic. They create a secure tunneling. That secure tunneling between the request and the target, only it will communicate through that secure tunneling. And even through that tunneling, whatever comments, whatever data are going on, if you have a real-time dashboards or anything, we can see it in the console. And completely the video recording also it's enabled. That means the what data is going on or how the data is getting. If it is for the user, we can see it. Or in case if it is a sensor, definitely only the log. And automated revocation. That means once the activity is done, we can revoke the permissions or privileges. Any questions so far? Sorry if I'm going too fast. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. So far we discussed about zero standing privileges, just-in-time access, central pillar identity. The next one is about how the data is going between, like a DNSSEC. It mostly like in previous session they highlight like man-in-middle attack. So this is what it's not completely secure. Completely can safeguard that man-in-middle attack, but this is one of the key for protecting the man-in-middle attack. So that means this is also a real-time case I can give. Yeah, I think during the COVID time only, from an airport, some employee they want to connect to the corporate portal, but they entered their corporate portal URL, and after entering, it's showing the same username password login screen. The person is entering the username password. It's asking MFA code. The MFA code also is getting, I mean OTP is getting in the mobile, and that OTP also entered. But after login, the page is crashed. What it's happened? It's a fake portal. It looks like the corporate real portal. In backend, whatever details entered, it's captured and it's executed in the real portal by the attacker. Then attacker entered into the portal and they started compromising or stealing the information. So how we can protect it is that URL. So on DNS level, they can bind additional key to do that authentication and verification. That means whenever how the authentication work from, for example, here on the user, if they need an access, it goes to the router cache or any ISP. That ISP will look for that source IP address, the web IP address, then it will return back to the user requester. So in that way, we can protect. That means each authentication, whenever the request goes from the laptop, so either from the top level domain or the root domain or any authenticated server, they can add additional DS key. Through that key, it will be added, and that the endpoint can validate that key exists. In case if that key is not exist, it throw that it's a compromised URL. So in that way, we can protect the URL, I mean the domain. So many banking and financial institutions right now, they started using this DNSSEC. So in my real demonstration, I'll show you that also. Okay, and next it's about DMARC. Yeah, so the DMARC is for the email. So right now, Google enforced Gmail enforced like to use DMARC for all corporate companies. So what happens? So during my college studies days, so if you have a SMTP server, we can write a code like a from to and send a message. It will be delivered in the email. But nowadays we can't do like that because even if we do, it will not land in the inbox. Most of the times it will be in the spam folder or it will not appear delivered. Why it's happening? Why it's landing in the spam? All it's because of this DMARC. DMARC is nothing but the SMTP server which you are using, it should be whitelisted by the domain. For example, if it is hdfc.com, from that domain, if you are sending an email, that SMTP server should be whitelisted in the HDFC server URL, that means on the domain. We will show that also. And in case if it is the DMARC record, it's an additional piece of key, it should be binded on the handshake. It should be happened on both the places. That means the email SMTP where it's initiating a message and on the public URL. That means on hdfc.com, for example. So the hdfc.com might be not, the email might be not used by one provider. Multiple for a newsletter, they may use it, or any offers or campaigns, they may use it. And for sending transactional OTPs, they may use it. So it's a multiple providers or vendors, and each vendors, they have to whitelist it. So if anyone from their malicious SMTP server or the tool, if they are trying to send an email, it will be not delivered, because through that DMARC policy, they can tighten the policy like such emails, what it has to do, it will check it in the DMARC policy. Based on that, it will react. For example, if it is reject, they said, it will not at all deliver. In case if they set like quarantine, that email will be delivered in the spam folder. So I'll show that also, like how it's configured with some public banking portals. Okay, apart from that, beyond endpoints, so on endpoint level, what and all we can do, like in previous session, again, notice Cisco, anyone they use. So there are multiple endpoint level tools are available. For example, in market, it's a Zscaler. So in client level, through web filtering, they are doing. So previously, like they do whitelist, blacklist, and IP based or URL based. Now, even though if you enable SSL inspection or SSL pinning and everything, so all as a SaaS platform, or even Zscaler as a PaaS, like from backend, they can configure on one end, like even though that device is not in the domain, as I mentioned, not in the domain or trusted network, still we can control it through the internet. So just we have to install that agent, and it will, through that agent we can control. That means on home computer, if I do work from home, just a piece of software I can to install, and through that I can protect my PC completely. And in case even if I don't want, or even if I'm not using the VPN, but still I can connect my target some privileged servers through the zero static privileges and just-in-time access. Okay. So for example, on zero standing privileges, how it works. So as mentioned, identity is the core. Like whatever requests are coming from the endpoints, like IoT sensor or laptop, mobiles, or whatever it is. So it goes to the CyberArk hub. That means it will validate the identity, and based on that identity, it will look for the authorization. If it is success, if it is not there, it will go back. And if it is authorization is done, that authorization, as I mentioned, you go with the SAML or OR, and once it's done, it will create a normal account, and through that account, the requester can go for the target infrastructure. That means for getting the details, and whatever getting details, all it will be recorded as a video, and also can be looked back as a what commands it's executed, what data it transferred in the logs. So in that way, it's a fully compliance perspective. The completely auditing is enabled. In addition to that, completely be secure. And whatever data are there here, the endpoints, we are not bothering about that access is firmware upgraded or complete security patches installed. So we are not bothering about that. Still, we can provision and access in a secure way, even though if it is not upgraded. Okay. So in practical, so how we will provide such access, how they temporarily the admins can get an access even from their home network or mobile network or even from the airport scenario. So how the solutioning zero standing access will be provisioned for the user. So how after provisioning an access, how it will be deleted. So all we can see through the CyberArk product. CyberArk is nothing but it's just a market leader in a privileged access management, and they are not the one. There are multiple products available in the company, available in the market. So through that, any product we can go. But here in the demo, I'm thought of using CyberArk. So I have my own lab. I will show how this problem is there, how we are providing a solution, and how it works. So we can see this. So before showing, I'll give you the flow diagram, how it works. Oh my God. Sorry, I am not enabled. Oh my God. Just I'm seeing the. Sorry, I have not enabled the camera for so long. Extremely sorry. Okay. So here I have multiple monitors, so my monitor is this side. So okay. So here how the connectivity flow is going on, how we are giving a secured connectivity and access and just-in-time access on the zero standing privileges. For example, here the user laptop, any devices like a laptop, mobile, or any IoT sensor or machine-to-machine sensors to the over the internet. In case if we have an identity, as I mentioned, the identity and authorization will be configured on the identity portal. So through that, it will check. So the identity through OAuth or single sign-on or MFA or even LDAP also it's fine, but we are not recommending, or any cloud credentials. And also even if there is no identity, still we can create based on the app. For example, the face identity or finger app or mobile numbers or email address. So any identity we need it, any two. So through that identity, it will be reached. In case if it is a machine to machine, we need a certificate. So that certificate also keep rotating. If even that issued certificate is compromised, the additional provide certificate should be deployed. A public certificate should be deployed on the target, and that public should be matched with our provide certificate over in the identity. So if it match, it give the verification. So once it's verified, it will go to the CyberArk, the PAM or SIA or WPM portal, and that portal will based on your role, it will create an abnormal access. That's a temporary user account. It will create an access. Might be for an example, if we assume this person is a web developer and trying to deploy some code for a big billion days for Flipkart portal, how it will connect is like go through such process. Might be even if he is from the work from home and not part of the VPN, that means he is not part of the office network and the home network he is having. We can assume like his laptop is not at all installed latest patches. We suggest to keep up to date. But in case if we assume, so what will happen? There will be a secure tunnel through this. It will be created. Even if through this laptop, if it is compromised, it will affect only this specific data, and that data comes with the abnormal account. That means that abnormal account comes with the automatic expiry date and time. That means the person task like in a granular level access. If you provide an access for 10 minutes, only if those 10 minutes they can access. After 10 minutes, automatically it will be revoked. So all it will be created, and entire activity it will be monitored in a secure way. Even in it, we can put IoT, like it do verify what command is executing, what data is flowing, what exe files, what script files it's going. In case if we hard code anything, that also trigger an automatic alert, like some suspicious activity is going on, immediately it will tell disconnect. So it create a risk monitor on each traffic flow, and based on that risk, it can disconnect the session also. Okay, so this is one way. And CyberArk, there is another product called CyberArk PAM. How that works is like, sorry, any question?
No, sir. Proceed, sir. No, sir.
Thank you. Okay, CyberArk PAM. So this is another way. It's again, it's a few years it become again outdated. How it works, right? It's a water credential. That means in my company, if my account is compromised, what the attacker can get is nothing he will get other than reading my emails. That email also is difficult, it will be automatically expired. But how it will be, for example, I'm holding the privilege of around 25 to 35 servers in my company. And on top of that, I'm having a privilege of connecting 11,000 to 12,000 accounts. That means 11,000 to 12,000 activities I can do with that account. But if my account's compromised, nothing the attackers can get. The thing is, all it is stored in the vault. So the vault access, if I need to retrieve, there is a certain conditions I have to go. Only if I pass, then I can go. Even that vault credentials, if I want some highly secured password or any keys or any APIs, if I want to execute, all it should happen with a timestamp like 5 or 6 minutes or 7 minutes, automatically it will expire, as I mentioned earlier. And again, all the activities will be recorded. But here, it's not a normal account, it's a vault-based account. That means some accounts, it will be on the target server or the databases or anything else. Through that account, I'll retrieve the credential and I'll connect the target through that credential. And after the use, the credential will be changed. But the previous one is, there is no standing account. That means there is no vault or nothing. At the time of request, only that account will be created. Okay. So let me share my complete screen. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, all my sessions expired, so I'm relogging in. I hope you all can see my screen. Yeah, okay, it's loading.
Yes,
okay,
sir. Yes,
so
sir.
this is one of my lab. So here I'll walk through the configurations, how it works, what are the things we are configuring for such access, and the demo I'll show it in the different portal. So here, for example, if I want to, the resource management might be I can use anything like Azure, GCP, or AWS, or any cloud or on-prem servers, or even my on-prem computers, other laptops, all I can configure it under this resource management. If I add, that is my targets. And connectors, that is the one I need at least one machine. It should be run anywhere. So here, this is the one going to create a tunneling. It will be a reverse tunneling. That usually previous way is the endpoint, like from my laptop or mobile, it will create a tunneling to the target servers. Now it's not like that. It will create in a reverse. So if my authorization is done, this server will create a tunneling from a target. It's like kind of a proxy, from the proxy to my PC or mobile, and it will initiate a connection to target. It's working in a reverse tunneling way. And once it's done, this is the strong account. That means this is the account will be used for generating or creating new F-normal account. That means the temporary account will be created on the target. Then other, as I mentioned, we have a certificate or the keys, and we configure MFA caching. That means sometimes some longer activity they needed more than 10 minutes or 8 hours, some deployment may happen. So such 8 hours for MFA, that MFA will be cached and it will be repeatedly used. So only for such activity, it supports MFA caching. So this is the infrastructure. So as I mentioned, all it will be like a policies. So this is not only for the CyberArk products, even for Delimia or Beyond Trust, many products are available in the market. This is on privileged access management. That means only for privileged admins are the targets. In this way, we can protect it from many IoT things. And still, as I mentioned, on IoT level, we have to protect it. So this is a framework only for infrastructure as a service way, like technically any admins or IT people, how they work, how we are securing their connectivity from IoT things. Even we have, as I mentioned, one US warehouse information that also be onboarded. It's for machine to machine. So for that, it's a different product we are using under CyberArk. It's a CyberArk CCP. It's a credentials manager. So that it do. So on certificate based authentication for machine to machine connectivity. That means from that sensor, it reach the CyberArk with its certificate. If the certificate is passed, it will give a API token to that request. That API through that API token, it can go and retrieve one user password or verify the authentication or cleared that the door will be open. So like that, each request, the token will be shared and the token immediately disappear. So that is for machine to machine. But here we are more are seeing about the human accounts. So here, if I configure any account, so that account, through that account, I can reach the target servers, might be the any databases or any auto-scaling instances or any on-prem servers or Azure, AWS, whatever it is, anything I can connect it through this policy. This will be create a tunneling and this will create a session form. So here. Okay, so here, for example, this is the one I have a connection string. So I want to establish a connectivity to my target server, which is hosted in AWS. So this is what it will create. So as I mentioned, that single sign-on authentication, it's login with my email address, and that email address again it go for the MFA, that means multiple factor authentication. So again, I have to validate. So here I logged in already with my work email address. So if I log in, this is like a one-time code, this is one-time URL. So it will be valid for just 10 minutes. And if I use this URL, even if I share it with anyone, still it can't work because this URL binded with my MAC address, only I can access it. So that means the requester, who is requesting, it will be binded with that requester. So it's authorization done. So if it is done, it will be create a tunneling. That means my identity verification is done. It's reaching the target. It's creating a F-normal account. See, Saravana, this is the account it's creating. So through that account, see, it's 8 hours. So this session is 8 hours, completely monitoring. That means video recording enabled. Whatever activities I'm doing, all it will be recorded. So right now I'm inside this server. You can assume like it's my home PC and or mobile. This can be accessed through mobile. Even if there is no internet also, I can connect. There is another component it's configured. Still it works. That's what IoT, if it is compromised, still the admin can re-authenticate and can able to work. But that is a different way and different security. So right now I'm on the server with the F-normal account. That is, this is not a standing account on that server. So in that way, even institutions it may come in the future. So no need to keep all user account or staff accounts or principal account on the server. You can just create the server and leave it. And through this, each time we can create an account. See, this is F-normal account on this server. And if I log in, it will be deleted automatically. So what changes I'm making on the server, only it will be there. And right now I'm having a 8-hour sessions. So only 8 hours I can do activity. Whatever activity I'm doing, all it will be recorded as a video. So this is for the Windows, and same I can do it for the Linux also, or database also I can connect. In addition to that, previously they keep install the tools. For example, if one video editing person, they need some high efficiency software, they usually install it on the server and we provision access to them. So going forward, it will be not required. So that person can install locally on the end user's laptop, and just the license and access will be provisioned virtually, and it will be binded with the that installed machine on the laptop or the home laptop or PC or whatever it is. It comes with the bring your own device concept also for this one. So just we saw for In something similar, if you want, I'll show the Linux also. So Linux, because even if I put an IP address also not a matter, because if I use my tenant ID, it will initiate a session. So same, I'm connecting, just it's asking a QR code. If I validate, I can get into the database server. It may looks like easy thing, like easily can be compromised, but nothing will happen. It's because even for getting this URL, 3 validation it's happening. That means from where I'm connecting, and the request initiated from the valid key, or all it will happen. And after this, also, if I copy paste or share it with anyone, it will not work. So if I enter here, in case if I'll try incognito. So if I enter, it will ask me to authenticate with my email address, and again on email MFA code, or I have to scan my mobile app authenticator code. Once it's all done, it will initiate a validation. So, but the end user level or developer level, from if they are connecting multiple servers, multiple devices, it may harden. So for such things, the MFA caching can be downloaded. So if I have that valid key, even from anywhere, but only from this machine, 8 hours or 7 hours, based on the request, I can connect. But even that request also, if I enable dual authentication, it go for the approval to my manager or boss or the specific application owner, and it will come back. Okay. I'll show you how it's recorded. So if normal account, it's deleted, all I can see. So under my session create monitoring, I can, whatever I did inside, I can it play as a video. It's loading, it play recording, I can play it as a video. So even live monitoring we can do, live, like even if I have 10 or 15 sessions on the server also, see I logged in, what I did inside, all it will be recorded as a video for a log or editing purpose. So this is what we are telling, like F normal, and as I mentioned, DMARC and DNSSEC also, how this connectivity happens. Okay. So DNSSEC, for example, HDFC Bank, this is the one they enable. How the DS record is configured with the .com, that chain of trust, it will pass to HDFC.com, and this key on each level it will be authenticated and verified. That means from the endpoint, like from your mobile, if you hi Pranav, yes Pranav. Any question?
Pranab sir, you have raised the hand. If you have any queries, you can ask. Pranab sir.
Namaskar, sir. Hello.
Hi Pranav.
Proceed.
Namaskar, sir. Actually, I'm a school teacher, and in my school, I'm having a MS Access application.
Yeah.
Now, in my school network, I'm having a LAN infrastructure in my school.
Yeah.
So can I use this CyberArk software to give access to all my teachers so that they can insert data to my MS Access application using this CyberArk authentication or device, whatever you
yeah. Yes Pranav. Yes, you can give. Even you can give, even though if you are having a LAN, then might be you have a domain. So even LAN, domain, whatever you have, it's not at all required in future. So just you have the software and install the anywhere, like even your staff need MS Excel, then MS Excel, they can install it on their laptop without license. And if you are giving a connection string, that means how to connect and get the license from your one of your server, which is in your school, if they execute it. So from the unlicensed software from the staff, a laptop or a mobile, that will be connected to the CyberArk server and retrieve the licensing part, and it will provision access to the user. That access, and they can save all the information, they can type, draft, everything, whatever activities they are doing it in the Excel, all you can see it as a video in CyberArk portal also.
Okay, sir. CyberArk is online, or can it available in local without using the internet in our local infrastructure? Is it possible?
It's possible, but we usually mention like a break class account. That means online is mandatory. If there is no online, then still it can work, but on granular level. So you can do on high level admin related tasks, not complete day-to-day activities.
Is it then it is possible? So actually,
yes.
In my server, I am having an access file, but this access file should be accessed by all teachers in my school. So, so using this application, what you have shown here, I like it. It shows a very, and you have explained this thing is very wonderfully. So, is it free or it is costly, or what expected?
That's what it expected costing. I'm not sure, but most likely these are like the enterprise level application. But I'm not sure about the cost. You check the CyberArk portal, might be the costing they may publish.
Because we are not able to pay school infrastructure, it is very much tough to pay extra.
Yeah. Understood. Yes,
so
yes.
Is it free such type of applications in there? Free module.
Yeah, there are few open source available similar to CyberArk, but problem is even though they are providing some security things, it's not secure way to use.
No,
they are initiating very few.
In my local infrastructure, I'm not going to my outworld. Within my network, within my LAN network, can I install such a type of, just like you have shown?
No, sir. This RAL is not for LAN network, right? It's Internet of Things. You can access it from anywhere. Once you install and configure in world from anywhere, any device you can connect.
Oh, that is internet is compulsory over there.
Internet is compulsory, yes.
Okay, sir. Thank
Even
you,
if it is not internet, only the admin can do certain tasks. But these and all you can do. These are all is not internet. In case for your school, if you have public domain, you can protect the public domain. So nobody can reconfigure and do man-in-middle attacks. And if you are using the email for your schools, or colleges, you can configure. These are all free of cost. It's not at all record anything. Just if you manage the DNS, and DNS, just you have to add a TXT record. TXT value you have to add with this record. So this is just a TXT record. It's no need any tools or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, I'll explain the DMARC concept. It's very simple and no need any cost. And most of the companies are email providers giving for free of cost. So here, for example, HDFC Bank, if we use, if I search status, it shows like policy that said reject. That means only authorized person can, authorized SMTP can send an email. If they are not using the authorized SMTP, it will be not even deliver. It will be bounced.
Okay, just
and what activities?
Just like our Google collaborations, G Suite.
No. G Suite is like a provider. They are service provider. They will not secure you. They suggest you to enable this option. Even for your adding, you will add, for example, you will add a Google Toolbox. So you add a DNS record, the MS records, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So like that, this is also you have to add.
Okay. Now in our Google admin, we can restrict our users in certain level, but it is not actually fruitful. So thank you, sir. You have given a lots of information. Once again, thank you. So
thank you.
DNS.
Yeah. So here, if you go and type your schools, because this is common, it's a free of cost. Even everyone can protect the company websites or college, university websites. So for example, if you search, you can go for DS is the DNS key. and you add txt. So here it will come. The SPF, SPF is the one which you want to whitelist your SMTP. Who can send an email? And these are all the secure keys. These are the public keys. Even though if it is a public private key, it will be binded with the providers.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Wonderful thing.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay, so for IoT things, we learned like how we can create a zero standing account. That means on target there is no account, but we created an admin account, and that account is deleted automatically. And what activities I did, it's recorded as a video. And even if I run any commands or anything, if I, for example, delete all tables, if I run, immediately it will pop up to my boss or the managers, and they may automatically cut the traffic from their mobile. So all can happen in fraction of seconds. So even if my account is compromised during the connection also, they can check it from their mobile app. Immediately they can disconnect all the traffics, and the tunnel will be terminated immediately. Yeah. So that's all about the zero standing privileges. The framework, so for securing the privileged account, delegate, because all our staff or all our resources are, it's privileged. So how we are protecting, through that we can do that. This is not only for the, what I did it is the human interactive sessions, but instead the machine interactive or any service interactive or any robotics account, all can do it in the similar way. Any question? Any other question?
Dear participants, you can unmute yourself and ask any queries, or you can put your questions in chat box also. Any queries? So really, it is a fantabulous session, and I open it for data security frameworks for IoT.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, man. Hope it's useful for everyone.
Sure, sir. Sure. Now I invite Mr. S. Alavukumar sir to propose vote of thanks for the second session.
Happy evening to one and all present here. On behalf of Computer Application Department and my own behalf, I am feeling very happy to propose a vote of thanks for this special occasion. Next, I heartily thank AICTE ATAL, our college management, and our beloved principal, Dr. C. Ashok sir, for giving the opportunity to conduct this ATAL FDP. Next, I extend my hearty thanks to our eminent speaker, Mr. G. Saranakumar sir, Associate Consultant, TCS, Netherlands, for making this programming interesting and meaningful. Sir, your session is very useful for all the participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Then I would like to thank our dynamic director, Dr. R. Venkatesh Kumar sir, for their continuous support for conducting this program, and also our faculty members for their continuous support for conducting this program. Once again, I thank you all for this session. Thank you.
Dear participants, we hope today's sessions are useful to all the participants from various institutions. We are very much thankful to all of you for fullest cooperation. We will meet on tomorrow for upcoming sessions. Thank you one and all. Participants all are requested to fill the feedback forms and kindly follow the general instructions. Thank you one and all.